video, we are going to learn about one of the most unloved topics in English grammar, unloved by students: simple, compound, and complex sentences. Students find this very difficult. They just don't want to do it, or they just leave it, they omit the question. But when you go through this video, you will realize that if you understand simple, small rules, simple, compound, and complex sentences, identifying them is actually very, very simple. We have already learned about the main clause and independent clause. A clause is a group of words. Okay, dependent or subordinate clause, again a group of words having a subject and a verb. Main clause and subordinate clause may together form a sentence, or there may be a sentence formed with two main clauses, or one main clause and two dependent clauses or subordinate clauses. So clauses make up a sentence. Now, a main clause is a group of words in a sentence which can stand by itself and make complete sense. And a subordinate clause is a part of a sentence which is dependent for its meaning on the main clause. For example, I saw a man who was crying. So the main clause is I saw a man. Now when I say I saw a man, it makes complete sense. Those group of words can stand by themselves. So therefore, they become the main clause. And the subordinate clause will be who was crying. Now if I say who was crying, you are waiting for something else to complete that group of words. So because who was crying is dependent on the main clause for its meaning, it can't remain by itself with, it doesn't make sense. It is called the subordinate clause. You have learned about the types of sentences, 4 types of sentences, that is assertive or declarative, imperative, interrogative, and exclamatory. Now, these sentences have been classified into 4 types on the basis of how they are expressed. Now, we are going to learn about sentences classified on the basis of their structure and how they are formed. Okay, basis of their structure, we have a simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. A simple sentence consists of only one clause with a single subject and predicate and expresses a single thought. For example, he goes to school every day. One clause, one subject he, one predicate goes to school every day, and it is only one thought. She waited for the train, and similarly the train was late. We have other simple sentences in the question form. Did you do anything interesting at the weekend? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. All simple sentences. A compound sentence has at least 2 independent or main clauses that have related ideas. The independent clauses can be joined by coordinating conjunction for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. The acronym for it is FANBOYS, and you can use this as a reference. Very easy to remember. These are your coordinating conjunctions, and your coordinating conjunctions are very important for you to identify a compound sentence. For example, I want the sporty red car makes full meaning. It's a main clause. I will buy the practical blue one again making full meaning. Okay, another main clause. But now it is joined by a coordinating conjunction but to make it a compound sentence. So therefore your compound sentence is two or more main or independent clauses joined by a coordinating conjunction. Everyone was busy. Full meaning. I went to the movie alone. Makes full sense. Joined by the coordinating conjunction so to make it a compound sentence. They got there early. They got really good seats. Again, two full meaning main clauses joined by the coordinating conjunction and to make it a compound sentence. So here you remember this acronym fanboys. Your coordinating conjunctions as a topic, very important as far as clauses go, as far as identification of sentences like compound and complex sentence go. Okay, so keep this in mind. Next we have the complex sentence. It is a sentence that contains a main clause and at least one subordinate clause joined by subordinating conjunctions. Now we just learned about fanboys, which are coordinating conjunctions. Now we have another lesser type of conjunctions called subordinating conjunctions. So when you have a sentence with one main clause and one subordinate clause which is not making full sense, joined by a subordinating conjunction, it is called a complex sentence. For example, I was impatient with him. Main clause. Okay, makes full sense. Because I was getting late to work. Doesn't make full sense. It depends on the main clause for its meaning. So because is a subordinating conjunction joining the main clause with the subordinate clause, and that is a complex sentence. Although he was wealthy. Doesn't make sense. Full sense. Your main clause makes full sense. He was unhappy. Joined by the subordinating conjunction although, the sentence is a complex sentence. She returned the computer after she realized that it was damaged. She returned the computer, main clause, after she realized that it was damaged, depends on the main clause, therefore it's the subordinate clause. Okay, and we use a subordinating conjunction here. So the sentence is a complex sentence. The museum was very interesting, as I expected. The museum was very interesting, main clause, as I expected, subordinate clause, using the subordinating conjunction. Okay, now this is a list of subordinating conjunctions that you can refer to whenever you are doing simple, compound, complex or other related topics. Now, you have to remember this. If a complex sentence begins with a subordinate clause, a comma is used to separate the two clauses. So when you have a comma, you have a clue that this may be a complex sentence. Now this only happens if the complex sentence begins with a subordinate clause. For example, since we are already late is the subordinate clause. We don't have time to stop is the main clause. So when a complex sentence begins with a subordinate clause, we end that subordinate clause with a comma here. So you know, you have a clue that this is my subordinate clause. Okay. If you have found the page, please begin reading. So I know my full sense main clause is please begin reading. Okay, and so you get a clue after the comma. Okay, this is a complex sentence and it starts with a subordinating conjunction if, therefore this is the subordinate clause. If a complex sentence begins with a main clause, no comma is used between the clauses. For example, we don't have time to stop since we are already late. The same sentence. We don't have time to stop, main clause. Since we are already late is the subordinate clause. Now when I bring the subordinate clause in the beginning, then only I use the comma. Okay. Same thing. If you have found the page, please begin reading. Now please begin reading. main clause. If you have found the page, then we don't put any commas. Okay, now look at this. Let's have some fun. Okay, now what is the difference between a cat and a complex sentence? A cat has claws at the end of its paws. Okay, claws and paws. Whereas a complex sentence has a pause or a comma at the end of its clause. Okay, see the play on words: clause, pause, pause, clause. Yeah, your homophones. Okay, and so well written here. Okay, so now let's recap what we have done here. A main clause is a group of words in a sentence which can stand by itself and make complete sense. A subordinate clause is a part of the sentence which is dependent on the main clause for proper meaning. A sentence consisting of only one clause with a single subject and predicate and expressing only one thought is called a simple sentence. Whereas a compound sentence has at least two main clauses that have related ideas and can be joined by a coordinating conjunction. A complex sentence is one that contains a main clause and at least one subordinate clause joined by subordinating conjunctions. If a complex sentence begins with a subordinate clause, a comma is used to separate the two clauses. Simple, children, very easy to understand. Okay, and it is here whenever you want to refer.